Okay, so getting started this evening in Virasana or any comfortable seat. I'm going to use a block between my ankles. You might use two blocks between your ankles. Really give yourself a nice lift. You could put a blanket um, like on top of the block to give yourself a comfortable seat. That seems nice. Okay. And we'll start right away with some neck opening and just joining breath to movement to help us drop into the space. So let your chin fall to your chest as you exhale. And just take an inhale here. Feel the shoulders get heavy. And then exhale. Settle in. You can close the eyes. Empty the breath completely. And on your inhale, you're just lifting the nose up, extending the front of the throat. Feel like you're filling the throat with breath, stretching it, stretching it. And when you find that end point, let the breath end. And then exhale, you're just turning the chin back down to the chest. But use the whole breath, be slow. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, chin to chest. So it's kind of like a cat-cow for the neck. So just think of each vertebra of the cervical spine, making space, feeling the sides of the neck, opening, maybe that connection to the jaw, opening. The next time your chin comes down to the chest, let it rest there. And on an inhale, the right ear comes to the right shoulder. And exhale, coming through center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale through center and just move with the breath. Doing some movements to begin to just get some like basic fluid movements going. Starting to release some like lymph and just basic tension along the neck, skull line. And the breath is deep and full, but it's also easy. Like let it be pleasant. Take your time. If you think it would feel good to start to move the head in full circles, you can start to do that. Maybe clockwise first, not losing that breath, movement, connection. Being very sensitive and aware and tender in your movement. And the next time you get to a point to turn the circle in the next direction, like the bottom of the breath, you can just move around in the other direction. And if your head is still going from side to side, just breathe and be with that. You're getting the same openings through that whole base of the spine. Once more around. Exhale, the chin comes to the chest. Bring your temple or your two pointer fingers to your temples and just start to Draw gentle circles. You can experiment with how big the circles are. Just find somewhere that's like really kind of feels good and the pressure is gentle and easy. Feeling the muscles of the eyes relax, forehead relax, jaw relax. Turn those circles in the opposite direction. Moving with the breath still. Let your next exhale release the hands to the lap. Take a breath in and exhale. With the eyes open. See if there's a new softness in the face, a soft focus. And we'll shift forward, first through hands and knees, but just taking a moment there, setting props to the side, maybe your blocks to the top of the mat. Your blanket's nice to have nearby. Finding your hands grounding down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back, down dog. Let it be a big, easy stretch. The knees can bend as much as you like. You can be moving, swaying, circling, exploring the posture as it feels good, right. Notice if there's anywhere where your body is tending to carry like an excessive amount of weight. Just try to really balance things out so the hands press down so that the hips and the weight of the body can shift backwards. So the effort is equal. And then start to walk the hands back slowly towards the feet, finding a forward fold. Again, the knees can be bent, let the torso be supported, let the head spill forward, emptying the skull towards the earth. Maybe you grab on for opposite elbows and find that hang here. Letting the breath really move through the body at its own way, but finding it so it really permeates you, whatever that feels like for you. Maybe it's envisioning the skin spreading. Maybe it's just like counting the breath in and matching that count out. Open mouth exhales are always welcome. Soften the face. Toggle the jaw. Release the hands down, and on an inhale, just roll up really slowly, keeping the feet really heavy as the spine unfurls. So there's like a lot of stability down through the legs, the muscles engage, the pelvis stabilizes, the shoulders roll back, palms face forward, crown of the head lifts. Exhale, let the eyes open. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Just take a little back bend, shine the heart up towards the sky. Inhale, reach up, straightening, lengthening. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Feet are like anchors. Exhale, cactusing, opening. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold in over the legs. Inhale, walk your way back to your down dog. Take a breath here, inhaling to lift energy up through the hands. Exhale, spill it down through the heels. Inhale. Next exhale, let the knees come down. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Inhale, opening for cow. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale, open for cow. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale, come back to a central position here. Root down through the hands. And then stretch your right heel back. So your ball mound of the foot is pressing against the earth, stretching through the heel, feeling the engagement through the side waist. Press down into the hands, press down into that grounded leg. And on a next inhale, lifting the toes up off the ground, bringing the heel in line with the hip, parallel to the earth. Feeling that engagement, feeling the core here. Just holding here. Stabilizing. And exhale, let the knee come down. Inhale, open the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Exhale here. Inhale, right arm lifts to the sky, opening the arms up. Exhale, take that right hand and slide it underneath your left armpit, coming down to rest on the shoulder on the right side of the face. Hips can sit back towards the heels or stay stacked. It's up to you. It feels good. Really just starting to open up across the upper back here and into the shoulder girdle after spending some time with our neck. And then returning again to an idea I brought up earlier of experiencing practice as like pleasurable and nice. Something nice about just breathing into it, finding somewhere where you can be and find ease, and space. And then on inhale, you're pressing into the left hand, lifting the right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, swim that right hand forward. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more cat-cows. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Feeling the whole length of the spine. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, round it in. Come back to your tabletop position. Find that equilibrium. Extend the left toes back, pressing the toes down on the ground, stretching through the heel. Finding the like equal length of the body. And then inhale, lifting the leg up and holding, perhaps. Finding steadiness. And back. Stop yelling. Deep breathing, finding the space in the breath, finding that pleasure in space. And then exhale, release. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, round it. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, connect to center. Inhale, left arm lifts up. And then snake that arm underneath the right armpit, coming down to the left shoulder, to the left side of the face. Playing with the angle of the hips. Find where you get the best stretch. Into that shoulder girdle, across the top of the back, into the side of the neck. Slow down the breath. When you're ready, press into the right hand. Inhale, unwind, lifting left arm high. Exhale, swim the hand forward, back to the ground. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, round the spine. Twice more. Coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips, stretch back, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip so like your heel's coming towards your bum. The knee reaches up towards the sky, press down equally through both hands. You can take circles in the air with the knee. Really notice how that movement plays across the hip, the abdomen, all the way up to the armpit. Switch the direction of the circles. Inhale, stretch the heel up towards the sky, squaring the hips off. Exhale, we're stepping that right foot forward and find your blocks under your hands. Take your time to get here. Let your back knee come down. Maybe a blanket would be nice. And using the blocks underneath the hands if you got them. It's just nice to let your hips sink a little heavier, makes it a little easier to access the solid base and keeping the open heart. Just spending a couple breaths lingering here, seeing what you can relax. Press down into your front heel to send that hip backwards. Press down into the top of the back foot to just feel the awareness in the front of the left hip. Feeling the inner thighs turning on in both legs and just attracting towards each other. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, the hip shift back, straightening into the front leg for a Hanumanasana, Ardha Hanumanasana. Press down into the right heel, swivel the hip back, press down into the top of the foot, back foot, and feel that hip come forward, just engaging around this stable center that allows the breath to move freely. You can start to relax, maybe coming down to forearms onto the blocks. Or even just like relaxing the face, let something go, tie out the mouth. Making sure that you're feeling this stretch like really in the belly of your thigh, not in, the part where it like connects to the hip or the part where the thigh connects to the knee. Make sure you keep a little bend in the knee to target that area. And then being really gentle, inhaling, coming forward, back to the lunge. You might keep a block underneath your left hand. You might take it down to a lower level. I think that's probably appropriate. Move your other block out to the side and walk your right foot to the right, turning it into like a lizard lunge. And we're going to let this be a twist. So with the left hand pressing down into the block or the ground, right toes turn out to like a 45-degree angle. Come onto the blade of the outer edge of that foot. Just pressing that right knee away with the right hand, sinking the hips down. Shoulders roll down the back, feeling this nice long line. I haven't even talked about the Rāmāyana tonight, but I'm going to just read a little bit that I liked. I'm not really sure if I have anything to say this week. We just started book 3, so we'll see where it goes. When you're ready, just letting yourself come out of that twist, inhaling back to center. Put your hands on the ground. Come back to a tabletop position. Inhale, open the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to center, tuck the toes. Exhale, lift back, down dog. Breathing and finding the equilibrium here. Even though it's a transitional pose, we can pay attention to how it's changing and transforming in the body. We come back to it again and again. Okay, inhale, lifting the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, finding those swirls, circles with the knee. Swirl it around in the opposite direction. Okay, inhale, stretch the heel to the sky. Exhale, step forward. Find the blocks under the hands. Your back knee comes down. Take your time. We're coming to that lunge again with the other leg in front. Using the blocks as a way to bring the ground closer to us, to find this really nice length through the whole front of the leg. I was watching this video earlier on, I don't know, Instagram or something, of these young yogi boys at an ashram, India, and they were doing their like morning sun salutations on the banks of the river, and they were so flexible. It blew my mind. They were like man, I couldn't imagine being that flexible, that transformative. Just settling into it, feeling the micro transformations that we can access in the practice. one more deep inhale, really fill up. And as you exhale, transitioning to Ardha Hanumanasana, shifting the hips back, folding in. Softening. Rebend your front knee, preparing for that lizard twist. So setting your left block out to the side, walking the left foot open, adjusting the height of the block underneath your right hand. And then letting yourself come into the twist, hips get heavy, left hand pushes left knee away. The left leg is still slightly active, holding the hips stable and steady, providing structure from every point of contact. Following your breath into every little corner you can find. Inhale, come back through center. Set the hands down, move your blocks away. Bringing yourself back to a downward facing dog, maybe coming through tabletop. And just tapping in immediately to the structure of down dog. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees. Drop the belly and the chest down. Turning the feet so the tops of the feet are pressing down into the earth. Bring your forearms to the ground so the elbows are underneath your shoulders. Setting up for a Sphinx pose. So you press down into your forearms, down into your hands, feeling the chest lift, the heart reaches forward, press down into your pelvis, press down into the tops of your feet, even the little pinky toe edge. And with all those points of contact disengaged, you can feel with the breath, there is some space to open through the front of the body. Relax the shoulders down the back, relax the gaze, relax the back of the neck. Relax the bum. Allowing the effort to be present but minimal. Just enough. If you really want a little more, what you could do is on an inhale, press down into the hands, lifting the elbows, just deepening that opening through the front of the body, but it's really not necessary, especially if you're practicing in the evening. Sphinx might be just perfect. That's right. Coming down on your next exhale, just releasing the forehead, make a pillow with the hands. You can let the toes come together and the heels fall apart and just rock the hips from side to side, releasing. Pressing back through child's pose and then just walking up. Come to a Virasana again. I don't want to forget to do our shoulder flossing, so let's do that now. Finding your strap. We'll come up to stand on our shins just to give ourselves a little bit more space for the arms. Then you're grabbing onto the strap and holding it with tension between the two hands. It'll be starting with the hands down by the hips. You'll inhale, lifting up. And then as you exhale, you're coming down. You're not losing any tension on the strap. The hands come all the way down to the hips behind you. Inhale, lifting back up. And adjusting your width as you need to. Exhale down through the front. Keep it flowing with the breath. If you need to linger to any one particular little nook or cranny, stay there. Like, notice where you kind of lose a little control of the movement and coast by on momentum. Really beginning to tune into the breath. The next time the hands come down in front of the hips, you can drop the strap and sit back on the heels. We'll just do a little bit of Simhasana pranayama before we rest. So how I like to do that is with my knees wide and my toes together. You might want to, use props or sit just cross-legged. And I like to flip my hands so the fingertips point towards my knees. Blocks might be helpful under your hands if you're interested in doing that. You can also do this with your hands just resting on your lap. And essentially, I'll explain it to you and then I'll show you, and then we'll start doing the practice together. What you do is on an inhale, you drag the tongue back across the top of your mouth until you kind of get as far back as you can. And then when you exhale, you let the tongue come forward, out the mouth, the breath comes out the mouth, the eyes roll up to the third eye center. It's like a lion roaring, but we're not going to do it like super violently. So it will sound kind of like this. I'll do a few rounds and then I'll pause and we'll start. It looks kind of like this. So the chin starts at the chest. Inhale, lifting the head, dragging the head back. Exhale through the mouth, eyes cross. Inhale, lift, eyes close. Okay, let's start together. Empty the breath completely. The chin drops down. Inhale, lifting, tongue dragging back. Exhale. 10 rounds. More than halfway there. Two more. Last one. Release the wrist. Sweep the legs out in front of you. You can bend the knees and just grab behind the thighs, lifting the heart up towards the thighs for our boat pose. Press down into the feet and really feel the core turn on here. Feel spine able to lengthen. And really feel like you're like a boat floating up high on water. High. You might reach the arms out long and feel like that added heat in the core build. I like to really emphasize pressing the feet down because it forces us to engage with like more of the core muscles, I think, like kind of the lateral core, obliques, the back abdominals. Feeling everything in that abdominal center really engage and turn on. How that supports the deep breath in the body. On an inhale, reach your right arm back, turning it into a little twist. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, left arm reaches back, twisting. Exhale, center. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, center. Keep the feet pressing down. Inhale, opening. Exhale through center. Inhale, opening. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. Exhale, center. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, start to roll down one vertebra at a time. So really feel the abdominal still working, still working, still working. Shoulders hover and then roll down. Chin rolls down. Relaxing into the earth. Knees bend. You can walk the feet out wide and let the knees fall in towards center if you'd like. Fallen bridge. It's nice to feel like the hips against the earth, really releasing down. The belly getting really soft. Like instead of all that balancing work we did, now we really get to just release. There's so much support. If you'd like, you can turn this into a light inversion by bringing one block when it's medium or lowest setting underneath the pelvis for for a supported bridge. If you'd like to go even deeper than that, you can spend the next few minutes with the legs up in the sky, Viparita Karani, sacrum supported by the block, so there's like plumb line, and just a reversal of the forces of gravity on the body, feet up, head down. Really breathing into it. Being here, breathing wherever you are. And over the next few breaths, you'll slowly come down completely to earth. So if you're using any props, release them. You're already on the ground. No props, that's great. Hug the knees into the chest. And just start to move the knees around in circles. They might be together. You might be moving the knees apart from each other. Do whatever feels natural to you. Do a little bit of both. Circular movements, take them in both directions. And then hug the knees back into the chest. Let the arms come out to a T. Really simple twist. On an exhale, the knees fall to either side. You might want to block underneath the knees if the ground feels far away. If there's another twist you prefer, please avail yourself of the very manifold options available to you. Just nice to have this sense of bringing out all the rain. Relaxing. And allowing the relaxation to take you further into the experience of the posture. relaxing. Inhale, bring the knees up through center. And exhale, just taking the twist to the opposite side. Take your time. You might want to like shift the hips and fall into the twist. Breathe down. Drop in. Relax. When you're ready, you can inhale through center and just let yourself come into a restful position as you like. If you want like a happy baby or Supta Baddha Konasana, you can take those things. When you come to your Shavasana, just let yourself really fall into it. Use props as you like. Might be nice to have a blanket over you. Allow the body to get heavy, all the bones and the muscles and like organs go deep. Imagine everything getting heavy. The eyeballs get heavy, the tongue gets heavy, the lungs get heavy. Everything just sort of settles into the supported space of Shavasana. The breath gets soft. To close our practice tonight, I'm going to read Sarga 14 from the third book of the Rāmāyana, Aranyakanda. This is Rama and Sita and Lakshman arriving at their ashram for the first time, the site of their ashram. We have come to the place to which the great seer directed us. This must be Panchavati, dear brother, the place where the woodlands are in flower. You must survey the woodlands all around. You are clever at such things. Which place would you recommend for our ashram? Look for a place with a source of water nearby, the sort of spot where by day you and I may be comfortable, Lakshman. One where there are forests and water to delight us, where fuel and flowers, kusha grass, and fresh water are near at hand. Thus instructed by Ram, Lakshman cupped his hands in reverence, and as Sita looked on, he made this reply to Kakusht. I shall always be subject to your will, Kakusht. Should you live 100 years, you need only tell me to build in the place you choose yourself. The splendid prince was well pleased with Lakshman's words, and after some reflection, he chose a spot endowed with all the qualities he sought. Coming to the place he had chosen, Ram took Saumitri's hand and spoke to him as follows about building the ashram. This is a splendid spot, level and lined with flowering trees. Here, dear brother, is where you should build us a proper ashram. Nearby, I can see a lovely lotus pond, adored with lotuses radiant as the sun and charged with a fragrant scent. Over there is the lovely Godavari River, lined with flowering trees, just as the purified Agast had described it. It is neither too far nor too near, and it teems with hamsas, karandavas, and lovely chakravakas. It is thronged with herds of animals. One can see the grand majestic mountains with many caves, thick with blooming trees and echoing with the cries of peacocks. With veins of gold, silver, and copper threaded here and there, the mountains resemble elephants painted with a lattice work of brilliant stripes. And there are lovely trees on the mountains, salas, talas, tamalas, tarjuras, panasas, abrakas, nivaras, temisas, and pumnagas, as well as thick groves of other trees, mangoes, ashokas, tilakas, kampakas, and kikakas, and flowers, vines, and shrubs, sandalwood trees too, and siandas, nipas, pansnasas, lakuchas, davas, ashvakarnas, padiras, shamis, kimsukas, and patalas. It is a pure and holy spot teeming with birds and beasts, and here is where we will live, Saumitri. Just lingering a little longer in that beautiful site. You're joining us on YouTube. Say goodbye to you now. Please stay and rest as long as you like. Namaste.